Hey out there, Erik Haaland, David Walters Yachts in Annapolis, Maryland. Welcome aboard Kailani. This is a 1990 Deerfoot 63. She's one of the last Deerfoots built. She was built by Salthouse of New Zealand. She's an incredible yacht. Let's take a tour. So starting out here on deck, you'll see she's got an incredible amount of space. You know, we've got a sailing dinghy here, we've got derayed vents, we have extra large deck hatches, life raft, and she still has a lot of room to move around. Forward and aft, nice clear side decks. The shrouds are outboard. The lifelines are nice and tall. It's a really flat deck, so it's just nice to move around and not a lot of things to jump over and having to move around, especially while sailing. Or at anchor, there's just a lot of room to go out there and relax. You'll see that the sailing dinghy here, this is a dory sailing dinghy, is on a cradle in between the derayed vents here. The derayed vents, there are a total of 8 aboard, 7 head derayed guards. There's one more forward, you'll see there just forward, the forward hatch for the forward head that's removed while you're out there sailing. You'll see all the halyards lead aft to the companionway. They're nicely done. There's a dodger that goes here that's currently off the boat, but you'll see the traveler as well. You'll see the main sheet goes aft to the secondary winches there on the cabin top. So you have port and starboard main sheet winches, and you have access to a traveler as well with an extra heavy duty purchase system because this main has a pretty large roach. You know, there's a good bit of load on it. Life raft here is 2014. It is due for service, but it is in a cradle here in a hard case with a canvas top. You'll see we have extra large deck hatches. There are a total of 6 ventilation hatches for the interior. 2 over the saloon, 1 each for the aft cabin, and then 2 more for the forward. You'll see the stanchions are extra beefy stainless steel and they're hip height. And we have extra large pulpits here for the midship gates, as well as this track. This track runs forward aft on top of the tow rail and has a great amount of room so you can move fenders back and forth and not have it tied to the lifeline. There's also cleats midship. There are 2 on either side, so you have extra room for string lines. You'll see the pulpits there are in really good, really beefy, you know, in great shape. The lifelines are all stainless steel. They're not vinyl coated, and that's the way they should be. You'll see the genuine stay-still tracks here. They're Harkin, they're heavy duty with adjustable cars. And we have 2 separate whisker pulls. So in case you might break one underway or want to go wing on wing, you know, whatever sort of type of thing you want to do, we have this substair for on this boat. We have Dyneema running backstays. All the rigging on the boat was just refreshed. Chain plates and up, including painting of the mast and replacement of some hardware. So everything on the rig is refreshed and ready to go. This was done by Annapolis Rigging. It's in primo condition. It's all brand new, ready to go. You'll see the track there for the whisker pull. You'll see the derayed guards here, all stainless steel, all 3/16 stainless steel and electro washed before installing. This is all original 1990. The decks were repainted a few years back. They were painted in white with reflective paint. So at night, if the boat were to get hit by a spotlight from an aircraft or a helicopter, she would show up like the surface of the moon for safety purposes. There was a lot of thought put into the construction and the upkeep of this boat. You'll see here the forward hatch. This goes into the sail locker. We'll see that later. Up forward, we have a 24-volt windlass with the chain stopper, and a rock to anchor. The chain is brand new. You'll see the extra large cleats here. You'll see my foot for measure. You'll see they're quite beefy, enough for, you know, all the hurricane lines you might need. We're going to take a quick look here inside the sail locker. And as you can see here, there's a good bit of space. Now this goes all the way forward. It goes all the way forward to the fore peak. You'll see up forward there's a little partition, kind of hard to see, but under the windlass, that's where the chain locker is. Plenty of room for lines. There's more lines stored further forward. Sails in here. There's a pass sorrel at the bottom with the teak and stainless steel. You'll see that. The swim ladder's there hooked onto the ladder to get down the locker. Fenders, dock lines. There's a sailing kit for the dinghy, for the Cape Dory dinghy. There's just a ton of stuff down there. So it's a great space. It's just an incredible amount of storage for a boat like this. And you have the 6 locking dogs so you can seal it off and make it totally waterproof. You'll see we have 2 furlers there for the staysail and a Genoa. There's also a code 0 with a furler and a asymmetrical spinnaker, with a snuffer. Here's a dinghy. You'll see it's a Dory classic sailing dinghy. It does have a centerboard. It has the rudder and the sailing kit as well that goes with it. This dinghy is bulletproof. This thing, you can run up on beaches, no problem. It's quick. You can take it anywhere, do anything, and it fits here very nicely right under the boom. It's easy to deploy. So, you know, if you have a rubber dinghy, it does have a rubber dinghy as well, but that thing is awesome. So going here into the cockpit, you'll see she's an aft cockpit design. It's quite a generous cockpit for a boat that has the beam that pinches in towards the transom, which makes it a great performer offshore, especially upwind. The boat sails incredibly well in all points of breeze, and you'll see she's very easy to control. The lock is really not even a full turnaround, so it's very easy to get around. Even getting around, walking around the wheel is very easy thanks to its design. You don't have to turn sideways. And once you're back here, there's quite a good amount of space. You'll see here I am standing on the top of the transom. There's a swim platform below and access to the garages back there. But a great amount of space and a great view forward too. You've got the connector piece there with the bimini, and you have the Dodger. The Dodger canvas is the clears are brand new. The rest of it is Stamoid canvas, all in serviceable condition. See, it's a great view all around. And here I'm going to take a seat where normally I would sit if I was sailing upwind, you know, sitting off to the side like this. You know, great view of the instruments, great view of the Genoa. Your primary winch is right next to you, your secondary is right in front of you, and a great view all around. Good shot here of Kailani out sailing. This was done here in Annapolis in early July, right after the 4th, and just great conditions that day. You can see the 120% Genoa. And the China sails, Dyneema and Dacron, hybrid mainsail, extra heavy duty for offshore. So here we go. We're going into the interior here. One of the incredible parts about this boat is that the interior finish is original. And from 1990, Salthouse did an incredibly good job on this boat. The original spec sheet on the boat, which is there, the boat interior was modeled a little bit off of the more modern Sun Deer, but incredibly well done to a higher level because it was built by Salthouse in New Zealand. You can see me there. I'm about 6'3", and you can see the headroom is almost 7 feet. And that's throughout the entire interior, both from the companionway to the forward cabin. So for tall people, it's a great setup. Here's the galley. It's U-shaped. We have the stove there, 3-burner with oven and broiler. The countertops are nice and wide. They're Corian, a lot of good space. We have a double basin stainless steel sink there on the left-hand side with a pull-out sprayer, a Seagull water filter with tap. There are 3 of those actually. There's 1 for each head in addition to the galley. We have a trash location over here. You can see some more of the stove right there. Here's refrigeration. We have front and top loading there for the refrigerator. And we have some gauges there. Those are for the old Gruner system. It's now all been replaced with a new Seafrost system with digital controls. And this is the freezer, which is top loading only. And the freezer is capable of keeping ice cream. You can see an ice cream bar actually right there in front of us. So if you're looking for ice cream, this boat can do it, no problem. And storage on this boat is plentiful. It's everywhere. These doors here open up, and we have access. Here you go, pots and pans. We have a spice rack. We have all kinds of stuff, and that's all throughout the entire boat. There's just storage upon storage upon storage. It's everywhere. It's pretty incredible. It's a 63-foot boat, and with interior like this, it's very well set up. It's very light and open. Even with the deck hatches up top are covered with canvas right now, you can still see the amount of light inside the boat. It's pretty darn incredible. The cushions there are all very recent. They're Sunbrella, and they have slip covers. The owners keep slip covers on them at all times, so the cushions on the interior are in brand new condition. You'll see there's some darker wood in a couple of spots there for some of the storage cabinets. That's because they were added on very recently in the past few years by the current owners just to increase more of the storage space. Under that starboard settee right there is one of the fuel tanks. Under the port settee is the spares parts storage. And in that locker up there on the right side, that's a hanging locker, and under it is the air conditioner for the forward cabin. You can see there's a couple ottoman chairs right there. And when you move forward a little bit, you'll see some more of this umbrella, and then you'll see the dinette table right there. And that dinette table is original. So you get the idea that 10 coats of high gloss varnish done by Salthouse on solid teak like that, it lasts and lasts and lasts. And that's the beauty of having a premium yacht builder that does everything very, very well. The hanging lamp there, that's removable for when you're going offshore. You never know if you're going to be in some high seas, but if you're at the dock, it just looks good. You want to be able to show off and have a great time when you're on a mooring or not out there sailing. You'll see the cabin sole here. It's 7/8 inch thick solid teak, and that's all original. There's no holly in there. It's just solid teak with those flush poles, and they're also locking, so you can lock all the floorboards down, which is fantastic. You'll see all the veneer for the cabinetry is all a light teak. It's all Burmese teak, #1 quality, and it's all same grain. So the grain falls all through the boat. Look at the quality there. I mean, that's just incredible. 1990, that's all original. And it's all throughout the boat. It's the exact same way. It's just, it's impeccable how this boat was built. You'll see the overhead and the bulkheads there. It's covered with a velour ivory 3/8 inch thick foam backing on it. So it increases the sound deadening and also gives you it's easy to clean and a little bit of protection from bumping into things and that sort of stuff. You'll see a lot of the lighting has been upgraded LED. There are some fluorescent lights still around in the reds and the whites there. You'll see the nav station and desk area. That chair is a full-on office chair. It's hydraulic, it's shock absorbing, it reclines, it does the whole works. The electrical panels are to the right and beneath the nav station there. And around you'll see instrumentation, satellite ready and go connection, instrumentation, AM/FM stereo, battery monitor, and plugins for the PC navigation. PC navigation is a primary navigation on this boat, and there's a Furuno Wi-Fi radar. You'll see some more communication stuff over there in the back of GPS, the old autopilot connector. There's the refrigeration and the air conditioning control panel for the saloon air conditioning, which is brand new, 16,000 BTU. And we're going to move here a little bit aft. I'm sorry, not just yet. We're actually going to turn around a little bit. We're going to look at these cabinets here. And these little hidden cabinets pop open. And you'll see there's some drawers here, brochure holders. Really well done how everything fits in this boat. And it all moves so smoothly. There's nothing out of place. It just does everything very well. There's a lot of thought process that went through this boat. One of the hanging logs there, you can see the slip covers for the saloon cushions there. And this is some of the add-on cabinetry. You can see here that there's a shelf. All these cabinets had shelves pre-made, but they were never installed. The owners never used them. So if you want to install shelves and have a little bit of separation in spaces, you can do that. It just needs a little bit of finishing work there. You can see the fiddles there on the table. Those are removable. And there's also a leather cover for that table. And you can see here, we're sailing. We got the staysail out. So we're going to move here into the aft head. In the aft head, we have the Splendide washer dryer unit. That's a fairly new unit. It's ventless. It works great. You can see here we have the valves above it for hot and cold water, so we can shut it off if there's ever a leak or such. There's also storage on the outboard side there for linens or towels or that kind of thing. See on the outboard side here next to the washer dryer, we have this storage compartment here. So it's great for a bunch of cleaners or interior supplies you might need, which is what it's filled with right now. You'll see the head here. This is a Jabsco manual flush head. There is no holding tank for this particular head. She is plumbed to go direct overboard. You can see there the vent loop. There I am. We have a sink here, hot and cold, and the freshwater seagull water tap right there. So if you're brushing your teeth, you got fresh water. Nice large mirror. And then opposite that, we have the aft shower stall. And the aft shower stall also has a hanging rod. So if you have foul weather gear or you're coming off a watch, you can come right out of the companionway and hang it in there, and it will be able to drip dry. And the aft head door there kind of acts like a shower curtain as well. When you open the head door, it covers the shower stall, so you can block that off. Just like that. It locks in place. So we're going to move out of there now. You'll see across from us we have a little bit of storage up there. There's a air conditioner in there, and there's also the microwave right above it. Little pantry area. Yep, you'll see the air conditioner. That's brand new for the saloon. That's 16,000 BTU. It's a split unit. The compressor is in the mechanical space back aft. We'll see that later. All right, so we're looking at the companionway right now. You'll see the passageway is nicely aligned, so you can, even upwind, you're not going to trip or fall over. You can easily ride your way all the way aft up the companionway and step on the deck. You can carry food and all that. You're not going to spill anything. It's a really just great setup leading aft. You'll see here on starboard, we're entering one of the aft cabins. This is a single berth right here. You can see that a young lady is berthing in here at the moment. We have a hanging locker and some more storage compartments, and there's some pull-out drawers under the bed. It's a great little setup here. It's great for guests or for family if you have anyone else aboard with you. 4 pull-out drawers there. You'll see one of the Webasto heater controls at the bottom there. The Webasto heater needs service before the next use. It's a hydronic heater, so it uses hot water with a fan system in each of the cabins. You'll see there's valances with some hidden lighting, so when you're at night, you don't have to have blinding spotlights hitting you in the face. You see there's plenty of natural light, and there's a deck hatcher's cabin as well. A Dorade vent right there. Red night lighting. We'll move across here to the starboard aft cabin. Now this is a bunk cabin. This would be a great spot for additional family, or if you had any guests aboard or potentially even crew on this boat. It actually has a deck hatch that is directly accessible from the cockpit area. So you'll see it right there. You can climb up out of that or climb down if need be to get up to the cockpit. You'll see it has air conditioning as well from the new air conditioner. There we go. We're just out here on a reach in Annapolis, looking very good. Just very easy to sailboat. Just very controllable, and all the systems work just perfectly. And here we go. We're entering the forward cabin here. Now this is the master cabin. You'll see it's a Pullman on the port side, queen berth. You'll see it's extra large cabin because the head compartment doesn't really have a door except for the toilet slash shower area. You'll see storage outboard there. You'll see that there is reading lamps above each of the sides of the bed there. There's leak cloth holders as well. You'll see fan attachments, that black thing on the end there, that's for attachment of a 12-volt fan with a plug behind the valance there. You'll see a lot of that throughout the boat. So you move fans across the boat, and you don't have anything really hardwired. So if one were to break, you just replace the fan. You don't have to screw new things in. You'll see that cover there over what looks to be a TV. That is a TV, but the TV is non-functional. They have not used it. It's something that you could remove or put a piece of art there or put a new TV in if so desired. You'll see as we rotate around here to the right, that we're in the some more of the head area or prep station area. A nice large countertop, big mirror, sink with freshwater tap, lots of storage. The whole right side of the boat in the forward cabin is all storage compartments, hanging lockers, that kind of thing. And you'll see there's a slight step up to get up into this forward area here. But it just makes the whole cabin seem much larger, which is fantastic because a lot of cabins on boats are pretty tight. This one's very generous. You'll see again all the grain follows itself all the way around. The curved edges, just very well done. It just keeps going and going, and the grain just follows itself. The builders who spec'd out the wood for this boat really knew what they were doing. Everything was done just perfectly. And again, this is all 1990 original. You'll see some of the air conditioning vents there for the forward air conditioner. It's a 10,000 BTU unit. Another fan attachment over there. You'll see the lighting switches. They call those aircraft switches up there. So they're not, in your face. They're kind of hidden a little bit. You got to know where they are, but they're very nicely done. More pull-out drawers. Little vanity right there for makeup and that kind of thing. And here's your forward hanging locker. All these boxes go into these shelves here and are held in by these lee cloths. And it's a very deep locker. You see how it's set up right there. Well, we have like medical supplies, safety gear, that kind of thing. So we're going to go a little bit further forward here. We're going to take a look at another hanging locker. There you go. It's full of safety gear right now. And then this is the forward head compartment. You'll see in here that there is a manual flush Jabsco head. This does go to a 12-gallon holding tank. And you'll see here we have a nice large shower stall. There's also a towel holder. Now this is plugged into the hydronic diesel heating system, so you can use it as a towel warmer. But again, this system needs service before it's used again. They have not used the system since they've owned the boat. Something for all the guys out there that like to see all the bits and pieces of the machinery. This is the Yanmar 4JH3 HTE engine. It's got about 4,000 hours on it. It was installed in 2004. It's got a recent turbocharger, recent transmission. Really a lot of good maintenance done on the engine. You'll see all the insulation there is newer, is not original. That's a watertight bulkhead door there to the forward part of the boat. It's watertight up there. It separates the mechanical area from the living area of the boat. You'll see the sea chest there. The sea chest takes care of a lot of the auxiliary systems on the boat, like the refrigeration and the air conditioning and that sort of thing. You'll see there's a Northern Lights 5-kilowatt genset right there. It's had 1,000 hours on it since rebuild. You'll see some of the water maker stuff up there. That is a 30-gallon-per-hour water maker. You'll see the pump there, some of the filters with it. Solar controls and chargers on the left there. 24-volt charger on the left. That's the diesel day tank, 20 gallons capacity with dual filters for the engine. Flow jet transfer pump and diesel filter for the genset sink there, additional pumps, sea frost system right there for the refrigeration. It's a water cooled system, and then the compressor for the 16,000 BTU saloon air conditioner, and the pumps for both assorted systems underneath. Water heater there, it's a fairly new water heater, and then we have some transformers for the shore power system, and then the original autopilot system, which does turn on, but it needs service before use again. And there are 2 hatches that open into the cockpit to gain access to this area. There's plenty of room to get 2 to 3 people in here if you need to do work. All the equipment is nicely situated, and it's very clean in here, so it's a good place to do work. You'll see this boat, it's very easy to tack through the Genoa, even through the slot right there, that 120% Genoa. It's very easy to do. So here we are on the transom sugar scoop here. You'll see it's a nice large platform. There is a ladder that goes into place here for when you want to go swimming or get off the boat. The garage here, these doors are custom designed to be watertight. They have locking pins. You open them with a winch handle. This right here is storing extra jerry cans. The propane bottle is in here. Scuba tanks. And then, of course, all the steering mechanisms and exhaust hoses and that sort of stuff at the transom area of the boat. You'll see there, that's the autopilot system for the Rain Marine autopilot. That's the primary autopilot that's connected to the quadrant. You'll see the Dyneema steering rope right there. That's newer. And then moving over to the other side, you'll see the propane bottle there. Propane tank, vented, newer design. And then you'll see some of the other, it's that hydraulic ram up on the top there. That is for the WH autopilot that is currently not functional. But the system is there. It just needs service before it's being able to be used again. Well, I'd like to thank you for tuning in for this tour of the Deerfoot 63 Kailani. She's located here in Annapolis, Maryland, right next to our office. Give me a call. My name is Erik Haaland, David Walters Yachts, 410-279-3027. Thank you.